Greetings nerdy list aficionados, and we are back with another list, Arkham Asylum Inmates You Wouldn't Want to Room With, Part 2. I way overthought this one, like are you a villain or just an average Joe, cause some of these people could be good for escape or even team up or henching purposes. So this is more of a, they're really annoying or dangerous, and operating under the idea that you're there the week Arkham magically has good security. I'm Sasha, and these are the top 10 Arkham Asylum Inmates You Wouldn't Want to Room With Part 2, let's do this. Number 10, Harley Quinn. Rooming with any iteration of Harley Quinn would be really awful. So classic era, she's gonna be pining for the Joker the entire time, Mr. J, and will use you if possible to facilitate an escape, or I don't know, offer you up to her pudding. Modern era is taking the zany madcap Harley, who is fun and makes pop culture references and is not fully connected to reality. Okay, but how fun would that be 24 hours a day? Well, let's have a sleepover. I'm Harley frickin' Quinn. Plus, she's also a psychiatrist, so she might start trying to diagnose you. All of these things are reasons that maybe another roommate would be better. I mean, none would be best. No one should have a roommate at Arkham. But hey, maybe there were some budget cuts. Harley is low because at the same time she could be kind of fun, and you could at least have a whole intelligible conversation. I think Kelly should have put the Riddler higher. Can you imagine being asked riddles all the time, and not even necessarily good ones? Number 9, Jason Todd. Yes, Jason Todd, the second Robin turned Red Hood, was in Arkham for a bit, placed there for his own good and protection. We've all seen Arkham, right? So rooming with Jason, Ginger Jason, that would be tense. When Jason came back to life at first, he was very intense and bitter, plus Lazarus pity, so kinda unhinged. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that. Also, if you're in there because you did something bad, you could die. He killed people while he was in there, it was a problem. You just want a chill roommate, not someone who's gonna complain 24/7 about how his father figure didn't kill the guy who killed him. You can only hear the same story so many times. Number 8, the Mad Hatter, Jervis Tetch. He loves Alice in Wonderland and quotes it all the time. Plus he practices mind control, and if you get mind controlled, you have to roleplay a character from Alice in Wonderland. So I hope you like Alice in Wonderland, cause you're gonna be hearing a whole lot about it, and having quotes from it thrown your way. Also, would you ever really feel firmly secure rooming with someone who so casually bends people to his will and hacks into their minds? Yes, hacks, this is tech-based mind control. He first appeared in 1948 in Batman 49. He's been around for quite a while, and while being so on brand, it works to a point, but again, the having to share a cell with thing. There are other books out there, Jervis. Number 7, Two-Face. Serious question, because this varies from depiction to depiction. Does Two-Face get to keep his coin? He can't make decisions without it, so like, what's he gonna eat? Whether or not he's gonna murder you? The roommate. Two-Face has quite the struggle with what constitutes justice, and his split personality is visible on his very face. It's not even a sometimes the other person's in control kind of thing, they're both just always battling, hence the coin. I can see Two-Face being a cellmate who alternates between talking a lot and then brooding. And if he has the coin, can you imagine the stress? Oh great, which Harvey am I getting today? Please not the bad one. Still, I have one question I've always wanted to ask Two-Face. Where does he get his clothes tailored? Not asking for a friend, asking for me. Number 6, Calendar Man. Calendar Man has been around since Detective Comics number 259 back in 1958, and initially he was a villain who committed outrageous holiday-themed crimes. And then in the modern era, he now is a meta-human who actually ages and is reborn with the seasons. How awful would that be if you came into the cell at the end of winter, beginning of spring, and the person was just molting? You're in the cell with a skin sack, and then he re-emerges and he's dripping and moist like a newborn. Then you have to listen to his plans about holiday-themed capers, and then you have to wait to execute them until said holiday. But really, it's the molting. That would just be very disconcerting. Even if you're not really easily squicked out, then you just have to watch the person rapidly age and die in front of you. Like, that must make you really think about your mortality. The dark march of time, unstoppable, unyielding, must commit crimes only around holidays. Number 5, the Psycho Pirate. So the Psycho Pirate has an interesting history in DC. Post-Crisis on Infinite Earths, he was the only person to remember the multiverse, a fact that drove him insane. He was essentially catatonic for a time, and kept in a padded cell. Where? At Arkham, because everybody is shipping their villains off to Gotham for Batman to deal with. Not cool. So he would sometimes have flashes of lucidity where he would try and tell people what had happened, which of course would be disconcerting. You know, you're living your life and someone is telling you about all these other realities. Or, you know, just sitting and staring into space, still wearing the mask, by the way. Also, people would come to the cell to try and unlock him as the key, so enjoy that. Plus, if you go post this time period, New 52 style or Rebirth, he can manipulate emotions. That's not safe to be around. How could you trust anything at all, especially him? Number 4. James Gordon Jr. He first appeared in Batman number 407 in 1987 and is very different from his heroic sister. Now, James Gordon Jr. is a vicious, psychopathic monster with a chip on his shoulder. He had all the classic traits. He was killing animals as a child, you know, danger signs. Also, he was kidnapped by mobsters as a child who were trying to get back at his commissioner father, not the commissioner at the time, just an officer, but still, it's not good for the psyche. James enjoys being a psychopath, and when put on medication actually modified it so it would increase his violent tendencies. He is cold, patient, and narcissistically charming. No, you would not want to room with him. He's the sort who could get close to you, charm you, make it seem like it was all okay, and next thing you know, knife in the back, or probably in the front because he likes to watch. This is a cellmate who would delight in hurting you just cuz. Depressing stuff. Number 3. Lockup. Lockup is another character who first debuted on the animated television series Batman the Animated Series, and he had the same name. He was a guard at Arkham who took things too far, at least in Bruce's eyes, because Bruce of the animated verse has compassion for the foes he faces and genuinely hopes for the rehabilitation. So when he found out about all of this, he organized a hearing which revealed Lyle Bolton, aka Lockup's true tendencies, and he got fired. But he felt that it was far too dangerous to have Arkham run the way it was, and became a vigilante. Well, Gotham only has room for one vigilante, or vigilantes who are wearing bat symbols. Plus, Lockup was pretty intense. He would end up locked up in Arkham himself, which thrilled him because now he could keep an eye on things from the inside. So can you imagine rooming with that? Riding the snitch patrol? Snitches get stitches. You're allied with the person who's trying to stop everybody else from breaking out, by default. Plus, you have to listen to monologues about what a cesspit Arkham is, which I mean is true, but do you want to always be hearing about it? Number 2. Poison Ivy. I see some of you. I'd love to room with Poison Ivy. She's hot. You know what else she is? Toxic and manipulative and misanthropic. And at this point in time, at least partially controlled by the Green. Ivy enjoys seeing the amount of control she can exert over people, how much she can bend them to her will. If she can make you a mindless love-struck slave, she will. She also can create poisons very easily, so maybe you'll be the decoy to get the guards come running. Not a fun time. Also, if she seduces you, nothing is happening except for her being amused by how pathetic you are. And I mean, unless that's your thing, this would be one long rooming session. How does it go if you eat plants? Is she cool with that? You're gonna have to hear about how you're killing the earth. Don't think you're not gonna hear about that. And number 1. The Scarecrow. This would be horrific, and I'm not sure you would survive it. Jonathan Crane is a sadist who loves inflicting fear, and he's been doing it long before he had any fancy fear toxins or an archetypal suit. He's also a psychiatrist, so he knows how to get in people's heads and sniff out their true fears, and once he finds them, he likes to play with them, see how far he can push. Always experimenting. To what end? Who knows? But one thing is for certain, if you were his roommate, you would be an unwilling guinea pig. And he's not huge on his patients surviving. I mean, it's fine, but it's not a requirement. So those were 10 more people you wouldn't want to room with at Arkham Asylum. I mean, you need your own cell for your own plans, hence for no one. I'm Sasha, and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. And we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.